Very good intro to this point in the timeline. It felt like watching Star Wars for the first time. New characters, story, and a fresh new timeline, but familiar environments and references, respecting what came before. It doesn't feel barren like the sequels, even though I do enjoy those movies still. The show is very aware of its place in the timeline with references to the Phantom Menace, as that's the next thing in the lore. For a close example, there's the Jedi boarding an Nemoidan ship. In the Phantom Menace, they had to act as counselors or ambassadors, while here they can proudly walk into a room. Sol and Yord have that Qui-Gon Obi-Wan thing going on, and the Marillion Jedi Master reminds me of Mace Windu in both authoritative presence and baldness. I love the use of hand-to-hand combat for the Jedi. It's something that Yoda and Obi-Wan expressed in the very beginning of the original trilogy. It's the purest form of the Jedi arts, and it's very cool Disney is obsessing about it recently. I would also love losing my lightsaber in LEGO Star Wars 3 so I could use force powers. It's true, you barely used it like in the lore, but it's cool it's there nonetheless. Not sure if it's because KOTOR is also respectful of the lore, but this show so far feels a lot like it. For example, when Osha escapes the prison ship, it felt like we made the decision to deny help, facing the consequence of that action. So, meeting different Jedi like in the game. Also, coolest transition in Star Wars. This sound effect is the same one from when R2 and 3PO escaped the Tantive 4 in A New Hope. So, the Sith character at the end, he sounds like John Cena, right? Am I crazy?
Steel or laser are no threat to them.
An invasion is coming. The future is in jeopardy.
When Osha uses her stun blaster, it looks like a modern VFX version of how it looked in A New Hope. I don't remember if we've seen it before in modernized, but there's probably a YouTube video with the compilation of every time guns were set to stun. Okay, theory time, and this will include spoilers for both episodes and possibly the story as a whole. So, obviously the moon is a big motif for the show. Full moon, new moon, the light and dark side, Osha and Mai. Twins, one good, one bad. Now, I have a theory that Osha may not be what she seems. Heck, by the end she could turn to the dark side and Mai could be redeemed. But I'm going to throw a weird idea that Mai and Osha are one and the same. Like how the moon waxes and wanes, neither fully Sith nor Jedi, an Acolyte. It could be force projection at times, maybe one personality taking the other over like a Moon Knight situation, or something else.
It doesn't make sense.
Yord's expression here also makes me think there will be a big reveal that won't make sense in the moment. I thought about this theory before realizing Osha directly interacts with Mai, but whatevs. If Osha does turn, there's good evidence for it, like her joining the Order too late at 8 years old like Anakin, and her trauma from the burning of the village. This girl clearly has problems too, like I think her droid Pip helps with her anxiety. Well, that was all I had to say. More needs to be developed and unfolded, but for me, these 2 episodes were a 9 out of 10. Feels good to be excited about a weekly show set in the Star Wars galaxy again. This has been Injustice Josh, and may the Force be with you. Always.